I want to talk today about PCOS and your diet. Let's get started. This condition is characterized by hormonal imbalances in females, and specifically the male hormones. Hey, what's up YouTube? Christine with Gauge Girl Training, an online meal planning and coaching service. I'm a food scientist and a chemical engineer by training, and today we're going to talk about PCOS and your diet. Let's get started. I want to talk today about a very important condition, something that has been coming up a lot. I've been getting a lot of questions about, and I wanted to film a video talking about this condition in a more comprehensive fashion, as opposed to just one facet of that topic. And this topic today is PCOS, which is an acronym for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. Now, polycystic, that means to have multiple cysts, and that means there are multiple cysts in one's ovary. So if you look at this photo here, you can see what a normal, healthy ovary looks like compared to an ovary which has polycystic ovarian syndrome in it. And you can clearly see that there is a huge demarcation, a huge difference, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about why. This condition is specific to women, obviously, because it deals with the ovaries, but it is characterized by hormonal imbalances in females, and specifically the male hormones. Now, just to be clear, women have male hormones and males have female hormones. So specifically, I'm talking about testosterone levels, and this is appearing in women in the form of excess androgens. Now, if you have PCOS, some common symptoms of this are you may tend to gain weight pretty easily. You may have an apple shape to your body where you store more of your weight in your torso. You can have irregular periods, excess body hair, facial hair, infertility. It may translate in the form of sleep apnea, insulin resistance, as well as a variety of different metabolic disorders. So the thing is, there is no cure at this moment for PCOS. It is considered by experts and leading doctors, nutritionists, researchers in the field to be a genetic condition for which there is no cure at the moment, but it tends to be triggered by diet. Now, specifically, we're going to talk about insulin because if you have excessively high insulin levels, it can cause an imbalance in your sex hormones. I repeat, excessively high levels of insulin can cause an imbalance in your sex hormones. So the question we want to answer first is, why does insulin cause an imbalance in your sex hormones? And specifically, I want to ask and answer the question, what are hormones? A lot of us, when we think of hormones, we think estrogen, we think testosterone, maybe progesterone, if those of you are a little bit more advanced in your understanding of hormones. But hormones are messengers. They are messengers that send signals on a chemical and biological level in our bodies to tell us that we are hungry, to tell us that we are sleepy, to tell us that we are stressed, to tell us when we are sexually aroused. That is what hormones do. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize that there is just more to it than that. It's not just estrogen and testosterone. Leptin is a hormone. Insulin is a hormone. Cortisol is a hormone. Melatonin, HGH, which is human growth hormone. There are a variety of hormones in your body functioning at the same time, and it requires a specific level of balance of those hormones functioning properly in order for you to function at your optimal health. So now back to the point of this video to talk about PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, which has to do with a hormonal imbalance, and specifically higher testosterone and higher insulin. So the question I want to answer is, what causes a hormone imbalance? So there's a variety of things that can cause a hormonal imbalance. One of the number one things that can cause a hormonal imbalance is when you are working out too much and eating too little. I see this all the time with bikini competitors where going crazy, pedal to the metal, eating way under what you should be eating. This can seriously cause a huge hormonal imbalance. It's definitely not advised. It's not recommended. Another thing that can cause a hormonal imbalance is improper nutrition. And this is a trigger for PCOS in most people. Not all people, but most people who have this condition. So what does that mean? That means having maybe too little of fat, having insufficient fiber, having excess carbohydrates and sugar. This could mean excess alcohol, as well as excess soy in some individuals. Now, another thing that can cause a hormonal imbalance is chronic stress. Stress is no joke, you guys. I say this all the time to my clients, but when you are in a state of perpetual chronic stress, this state will actually steal progesterone from your sex hormones and take that progesterone and convert it into cortisol. That's why some people, when they are actually chronically stressed, they actually have a reduction in libido, and that is the technical reason why that occurs. Other causes of hormonal imbalance include having excess toxins in your liver, having a very high body fat percentage. And when you have a high body fat percentage above and beyond what is recommended, there's actually an enzyme called aromatase. Now, aromatase is actually an enzyme that is naturally found in body fat. And if you have excess levels of body fat, that enzyme specifically will cause your body to convert testosterone into estrogen, and you need testosterone to burn fat. As far as how much testosterone a woman should have in her body at any given time, just to put this into context for you guys, the average adult female has approximately 15 to 70 nanograms of testosterone per deciliter. Again, the average female has approximately 15 to 70 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone, where the average male has 270 to over 1,000 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone in their system. This makes a huge difference. And when women have excess testosterone, now there is still research being done on this. This is not a definitive answer, but a lot of preliminary studies are showing that increased testosterone levels in women can be related to insulin resistance. Now, if we pause there, talking about PCOS, a lot of it has to do with insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is the condition where your body is not able to properly and effectively shuttle the carbohydrates from your blood into your cells where it can be used as a practical form of energy. Under these circumstances, it may make sense for females who have this condition of insulin resistance as a result of high testosterone due to the PCOS. It may make sense to consider fueling your body off of fat as opposed to carbohydrates if insulin resistance is an issue in your specific set of circumstances. It is not always the case for everybody. There are some women with PCOS who can handle moderate amounts of carbs. When I say moderate, I mean approximately 100 to 200 grams of carbs. However, there is data that is starting to show that there is a relationship. And the best way, in my professional opinion, at this point in time, to effectively manage PCOS is to start doing things that will help with insulin resistance. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you have comments and you want to see a whole series on this, please comment below. I'd be more than happy to. Again, this is not the end-all be-all. I definitely encourage women to see an endocrinologist. I encourage you to talk to your doctor about these things. But I also want to give you guys hope that there are ways to help better manage this genetic condition. So if there's anything I can do, you guys, please let me know. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one.